of science is nothing more than the reframing of everyday thinking. This was the quote of Albert Einstein, one of the greatest physicists in the world. So, talking about the field of science, I have someone very special. His name is Prithiraj Dutta from the field of science, an MBBS student who have worked with NASA before. So, welcome Prithiraj Datta.
Yeah, thank you.
So, means first time you're in a podcast, means what's going on in your mind right now?
This is a very new experience for me because I've seen podcast in other videos, YouTube videos, etc. But when you texted me, I thought it's a new opportunity. Obviously, I was a bit nervous, but yeah, I thought let's give it a go. Let's see what happens.
So, like, means till now you're a MBBS student in Kazakhstan. So, what was your childhood? Means in your childhood days from now, MBBS student in Kazakhstan. In between, you have worked with NASA, where there was an open competition held, and you got selected over there. So, means can you tell something about your childhood?
Yeah, actually, the answer is quite long. Beginning with my childhood, I would say that see, everyone's life is consisting of ups and downs, as we already know. The thing is that in my childhood, it mostly consisted of downs because I lost my mother at a very early age. So I was about in class 7, and that had a huge impact on my life. Now, I know there are a lot of people who have lost their parents and they have hardships to go, but it was one of the, I would say, main driving factors for where I am today. And going on to the next part, that is, as you said, working with NASA, I would not say exactly working with NASA. It was more of an open competition, and I took part. And I would say that it was a competition about finding a celestial body, any kind of celestial body that we can find. And we found an asteroid that was about 200 kilometers across, something like that. And it was named 2020 JK. And we would be naming it soon later. That's it. And about my study here in Karaganda, I would say that it's a very different thing because in Kazakhstan, I mean, the thing is that I am studying MBBS here, and it is what I want, what I view myself as a future doctor. But astronomy was a passion project for me, I would say. It's more of a passion project.
Means like you are right now doing MBBS, but you had a deep passion for astronomy. But why didn't you choose astronomy and you came out here to do MBBS?
The I would like to go honestly with this answer. The thing is that you have to choose, I would say, understanding your capability. The thing is that when I was small, well, like till where I am now, I know that I have a limitation in maths because I was very weak in maths. I also scored low marks, no doubt. I was definitely interested in maths, no doubt, and physics. But the problem that stuck with me is that I couldn't see myself improving in that level that I could go in fields like astronomy and physics, etc. So that was the thing that I understood. No, see, this is my limit, and I have to keep it as a passion. I cannot take it as a career, but however, it doesn't mean that it stops here. I would pursue biology because biology was the most coding subject for me. I loved biology; it was very interesting for me. I went with MBBS, and what I see is that I can see myself as a future doctor after I would say 10 years, but I would also love to see myself working on a passion project that is to, I don't know, in any way, I would love to, I don't know, incorporate this astronomy into my life because this is the thing I couldn't pursue as a career, but I would like to definitely pursue as a hobby itself.
So, like when I was tracing your journey, I have found out that you have gave the NEET exam for 2 times, and you were not able to score good marks. So, but
Yes, yes, yes.
why did you again thought of doing the MBBS in Kazakhstan? When did you think and
Oh,
why?
oh, that actually it's a very interesting story. The thing is that going to the MBBS itself, it was my father's choice. The thing is that I would say that I was very excited for the NEET exam itself. But as you know, it was like going into a battlefield without knowing anything, right? And right after like passing out the class 12, I was super excited to give this NEET examination. But that's when it struck me that no, I have to study much more than what I realized itself. So the first attempt was a failure, I would say. It was not a failure itself, like I scored low marks. But then in the second attempt, I tried way too much. Like, for example, I used to study so much, I used to forget my friends and everything, friends, family. A state came where my father used to say that, no, you give rest to the study, you go outside and play some games like that. But that time I understood it doesn't mean hard work only pays off. You have to do the hard work that actually, I would say, the work that actually goes into that study itself. Not just you are just working hard and you'll expect good results. So that time I studied, but still I didn't score that much marks. My marks were around 400, and it was not enough to get me into a medical college, and I was super disappointed by that. But the problem was that I was so disappointed in myself. I started to self doubt, and that time my father was a huge motivator for me, and he believed in me. He said that, no, I know you can do it. He didn't want me giving up on myself. So what he did is that, I don't know from where, he contacted different people, and he came to know that we can study MBBS abroad. And instead of giving on myself, he was the one who pushed me and told me, no, I believe in yourself. You go abroad and study. I will help you. I know you'll be successful. So that was a very big impact for me. And since I came here, I've been focusing on my study, only on my study, I would say. And yeah, I'm getting quite ahead of myself. I'm proud of myself for that, honestly, from where I have came from. So yeah, I would say the main motivation for going abroad is my dad.
Means like your
He's
father
everything.
played a very important role in your life.
Exactly. Without him, I'm nothing. Like whatever place I am, without him, I would be nothing.
So means what was the experience of working in NASA?
Oh, see, I would think working at NASA is a bit of an exaggeration in this case. The thing was that it was an open competition. I'm telling where the misconception is coming. The thing is that our this competition, the thing we discovered, it was actually published in a newspaper
Yeah.
later, and that's where the confusion arises, because people used to think that you were working in NASA, because the headlines gave NASA and everything. Yeah? But the thing was that it was just an open competition. Taking part on it was another thing, because taking part of it, we need to have an organization, and for me it was SWAN, that is Sky Watchers Association of North Bengal. And the my main mentor, or you could say the person who believed in me, who wanted to give me a chance, was Devashish Shorkar. We call him Head Sir. And that person, he told me that, you do you want to take part in this competition? I was super excited. Then we took part. Two more people were with me, and rest is history. You know that we discovered,
Yeah.
how to say, a small microplanet, we say, and that was about 200 kilometers across, and that's why it was published on newspaper, etc. That's where the misconception comes from.
Means right now you're means maybe for 5 years you're outside India. Is
Mm-hmm.
that yeah? So means what do you miss
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
India? Means what is the thing that you miss about India?
The right question should be, what is not to miss about India? Because everything out here, I miss in the every smallest of the things. I miss India, in the food, the people, the streets, the, I don't know, everything, the skies and everything. Because in India there is a very different vibe. They say that whenever you are staying on one place, right, you get used to it, and so you forget what its value. But when I came here, and I miss the busy streets, the small things, the busy streets, those I don't know, chattering of the people around, and it used to annoy me before, but now I miss it so much that I feel like, oh, I wish sometimes I open the window and the chatters come back, because that was, I would say, the life of India itself. Here the population is very less. Kazakhstan is a very less populated country, so the main problem we see is that not only there are less people, but everything seems less lively. I'm not complaining anything. The thing is that every place has its different ups and downs about it, pros and cons. But the thing is that, yeah, the right question would be, what is not to miss about India? Like the food, the people, it just makes me miss India even more.
Like what is the problem like Indian students face in abroad? Means staying in abroad. Like you're staying in abroad means what are the problems that you face? Like if you are in your home
Mm.
country or in your home, you have a sort of comfortable. Means you're comfortable at your home. Means what is that problem?
Yes, yes. The thing is that I would say the hardest part would be, leaving home. This is because I think this has many factors towards it. First of all, for people like me, I haven't been like out, I would say, away from my family, like in hostel or anything, never before. So when I came here, that also in a different country, so many miles away, and it was a very scary experience for me for the first time. I don't know what language they speak. The people are different, or from all over the world. I was in my college. I am, at that time I was the only Bengali here. Everyone came from around the Kota, the Rajasthan area. So I was the only Bengali. So it was very scary for me. But the thing is that I got acclimatized to it. I learned the language here a little bit, not that much. I learned the language here. I tried to understand people. So what I would say is that for different people, everyone has a different experience itself. But the hardest part for me was that being away from a familiar people, being away from the family, because that's what it gives you a scare, not only about yourself but your family. Also because my dad, he lives so far away from me. I don't know if something is happening to him. I don't know if I could visit him anytime, and I don't know what can happen to him. There are so many things. The internet doesn't give that I don't know how to say that right feeling of home when you talk with the parents. Video call, it's just like a virtual thing, right? So
Yes.
you miss your family too much. That's the hardest part, I would say.
Do you follow cricket? Because
Um,
as an Indian, everyone loves cricket in India. So
yeah,
you're
yeah,
from India.
definitely. Yes,
So
yes.
do you love cricket? And are you watching the cricket World Cup that's going on?
The thing is that I am aware about sports, but I'm not that actively interested toward it. It's no hate towards it. The thing is that I don't know how to say. The thing was that I was never super into sports itself. But the fact was, what got me into sports after coming into Kazakhstan is that see this Indian Cup. You could say that. So I don't even know what's going on properly. But whenever that sound India team comes up, now it just lights something in me, and I have to watch it. I have to give it a watch. What is happening? My country is being represented. Oh my god! This just gives a different level of goosebump. So yeah, I'm not super into sports itself, but whenever I see someone watching and India comes up and I'm like, let's give it a watch. I sometimes cheer also. I don't even know what is happening sometimes, but that's what gives us this excitement, makes you miss your country even more.
So, like now, if I again come back to the questions or the field of science,
Uh-huh.
so I want to ask you that
Yes, yes.
what do you see the future of India in the field of science, astronomy, or MBBS? What do you see the future?
Oh, see, the thing is that I would say India has come a long way from like where we are. I think the thing, like, seeing the future, no, it's very hard to predict. But what I believe is that the most important thing in everything is the human spirit. Why I'm saying this is because if you have the spirit to become something, nobody can stop you. Nobody, like from country to finance or anything. I know it's easier to say in my position because I have left. I would not say a lavish life, but I would say I would left a how to say a adequate life, I would say. But the thing is that if you have that human spirit, right, nobody can stop you. We have seen people from lower level parts of the slum, like from the slum areas, and they have achieved so much in their life that even I couldn't have dreamed of, right? So the thing isn't in how much you have, or I would say how much your country can provide you, but rather what you can do. What is your spirit? So I would say it depends upon the spirit of the youth, and definitely I would like to see much more of what India can achieve, but it definitely depends upon the youth, and we can see India in so many prominent places. So that's a very proud thing to be about.
Oh, that's really nice. That's wonderful that you spoke about. Like most of them, like our governments, like everyone is now focused about the youths of India because as India has one of the highest number of youths uh,
Yes,
all
right.
the whole world. If you compare from
They're
US,
the defining
China, and
generation. Huh.
so like I would like to end the podcast with three questions. Like
Mhm,
in your childhood, you had a very hard time. You had lost your mother at a very early age. Means if I could
mhm,
say you that uh, if you can go back to 10 years before, and what advice would you
mhm.
give to that Prithiraj Datta? What to do and what not to do?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. The thing is that going back 10 years, what I would like to say to myself is to stop doubting yourself. Really, that's what's the most important thing for me, because I think the most I would say hateful characteristic in my what the thing I hate about most about myself is the factor of self doubt. I think I doubt myself too much in parts where I know that even people are more confident in me than what I am in myself. Just imagine, So I think if I go 10 years back, then what I want to say is that shouldn't give up. You have the capability. I don't know how to say it. Actually, it's a very emotional thing for me. So I don't know if I'm able to compile it properly. But the thing is that only one advice, if I could give to my youth, is that never give up on yourself, because nobody is there to help you through the hard ways, through the hard times. So when there are no one, you have to pick yourself up, and you have to believe in yourself that I can do this. If you don't have this spirit, you know nobody can take you there, because there's a thing in Bengali we say that ঘোড়াকে ঘাসের কাছে নিয়ে যেতে পারো, but ঘাস খাওয়াতে পারবে না. Thing is that you can take the horse to the grass, but you can't feed the grass itself, to the horse himself. So the thing is that yes, no matter what life provides to me, it's what I do with it. So that's my advice.
Like you just now gave a very wonderful advice. Like I will be using this
Mhm.
thing in my own life, because I also self doubt on myself. I have a lot of issues on that,
Yeah, it's a very
doubting on myself.
it's a
So
prevalent thing.
like if I could say you that one advice you could give the youth of India, like you just now whatever the examples you have set over here, most of the youths in India say that कहना तो आसान है, करना बहुत मुश्किल है. So means like one practical advice that you would give to this youth, because the youth have come to know your story. So obviously what we see and what we look in our real life, that makes us easy to believe that yes, then it can be done, it can be achieved. So what is that one advice?
Uh, you know, actually, to compile it into one advice is a big thing. But I would like to say that is that everyone has a potential. Everyone in this world, not a single person is out there who doesn't have a potential or doesn't have a talent or anything. You just have to find it, and in order to find it, you have to explore many things. You can't just expect to sit by yourself and then expect that, oh my god, I have this talent. If you are good at playing guitar, you should try other instruments too. Like for example, I have known, suppose I am good at playing guitar, but how should I know it? I first have to go into the music shop, I have to try different things,
You
and then
play
I would
guitar,
understand
you
my
know how
talent,
to
right?
play guitar?
So no, I don't know guitar. I used to sing once at a time. It was classical singing with a harmonium. I
Wow.
no, I didn't have guitar. I wish I had, because it's popular at the college. you know the thing is that what I would like to say is that try everything. Don't give up on yourself. If you think that you don't have a potential in anything, explore. You have so much to do in the world. Like you could learn music, you can study this thing, you have such a free time, you can work on other things. If you don't explore, right, the entire life will, you will feel as if that I'm nothing, I have nothing to do, I can do nothing with myself. Explore, see other things. Even if you're good at something, explore other things. I can be good at drawing, that doesn't mean I'm not good at anything. I may be good at dancing also. You get it? So the thing is that explore as much as you can, because life is very short. Don't waste it on like thinking about miracles. Rather be the miracle yourself, I would say.
Wow. So my last question to end this podcast, it's gonna be one of the, I will throw you in a situation and you have to say that what you would do rather if you are in that situation. Like talking
Okay.
about your future plans, means what are your future plans?
My future plans. See, what I'm mainly focused now is that is focusing on my FMG. I would say FMG is Foreign Medical Graduation Examination. As I'm studying abroad, my main focus should be on that, because if I don't clear it, I won't get license to practice in India as a doctor. So that is one of the main things. And I've missed country so much, my country so much. So I want to get back as soon as I can. So the thing is that that is my main focus for that. After clearing that, what I want to move on is to NEET PG. It's a post graduation course where you take specialty about any field in our MBBS, and it depends upon the marks you have, and it depends upon how much you score. So the thing is that I would pursue how to say, the specialist course that is in PG, and after that, that depends, and that would take a lot of time itself. So after that, it depends on my mood itself. But yeah, definitely one thing that I wouldn't give up is not giving up on astronomy, because I gave up on astronomy before, but not again, never again. So it would become a passion for me, but passion project for me. But I wouldn't, take actively part in it as soon as I have established myself, right? So first, my goal is to establish myself as a person who can take care of himself, who my father can be proud of, who can take care of himself in a way that doesn't need others to be there, dependent on others. So yeah, that's my goal, what I see. It's still a bit foggy, but I'm there.
Have you heard about Dr. Devi Shetty? Means he's one of the.
I've heard.
Yeah, go on, go
Yeah,
on.
I've heard about her. Yeah, I've heard of. No, I've heard about her. I don't know much about her, but yeah, I've definitely heard about her.
Means he is one of the greatest cardiosurgeons of India had ever produced. Like he charges with a less amount. Most of the times he does free surgeries for the poor, and he is known for his means for his charitable trust, all these philanthropies that he does with his profession. So means like when you will come back to India, if you get a chance to do something like that, what it would be?
I actually remember, I think I mistook mistook her with somebody else. The thing is that I heard about him, I think in a newspaper, or my father told me. Yeah, the thing is that after you get in such a position, right, like in a cardio surgeon position, where you have established yourself, you can do whatever you want to, right? For example, suppose I become a cardio surgeon, then I have the liberty to sort my career and also have time to provide charity to others, right? And I haven't personally reached in that part, but definitely in my future, if I have reached in that position, I would definitely like to help the other people. What I would like to help in other people is to inspire people. See, the thing is that you can't inspire people by just sitting. You have to do something. You have to become successful so that people can listen to you. You can't expect someone to go into a stage and give a motivation speech and people to get it, because you have to be successful in order to people to know that, oh, he's successful, that's why he's saying the right thing. So my first goal is to become a successful person, and then my second motive is to inspire as many people as possible that don't do the mistakes I made, because I have done a lot of self-doubt in myself, and I know the potential I have wasted, the potential I could have been. But that's not the thing I regret. That's, I would say, rather that is what makes me me. So yeah, that's what I plan about future.
So thank you so much for being in this podcast. Because when I was searching from you for you, when I was searching for you, I was tracing your journey. I thought that I should bring this person into my podcast to be something different. And I went and told
Thank you for
everyone
thinking me.
I'm bringing someone like who has worked in NASA, because I was something different that I was
Oh,
doing in my podcast, and you have agreed. That was the biggest thing. So thank you so much, and hope so we will meet up in India when you will come back.
yeah, sure, sure. It was a very new experience for me, and it worked out so well. So I'm also happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.